Bun găsit, dragi telespectatori! Iată, suntem aici, Televiziunea Iubim, Brașovul. Vă propune astăzi o serie de interviuri maraton de la această mare conferință internațională în domeniul HR, organizată de Great People Inside. Alexandra, Grancea este numele meu și am deosebită bucurie și plăcere să am astăzi alături de mine în primul interviu, așa cum spuneam, un om extraordinar, în primul rând, un lider de excepție recunoscut la nivel internațional, care ne onorează, iată, cu prezența. Vorbim despre domnul Enrico Banchi, Chief Operating Officer, Scuola di Palo Alto. Așa cum v-ați dat seama, dumnealui provine din Italia. Welcome to our channel TV.
Thank you, Alexandra. Absolutely. I'm very happy to be here. This is my 4, 5, 6. I lost count of how many times I've been in this beautiful place. Thank you.
Thank you also. I know something about you because I read it. So as a communication expert, as well as a qualified consultant, corporate management and corporate dynamics. So I have some emotions. I must confess that. Speaker at the Great People Inside Evolving HR 25-26 Brașov România. So please tell us something about what are you doing and what are you for this domain activity.
Yes, we are the Scuola di Palo Alto. We are based in Italy. We are basically a business school. But what we do and what we have done for the last 10 years is to keep up with the last trend. Actually, we're beginning to be a trendsetter ourselves in terms of how people behaves inside companies when they are deeply challenged by the context, the environment, the market situation.
Okay.
We, me, myself, I have a very long story, maybe too long, Alexandra.
Too long?
Yes, too long. Well, very long story of practical, I'm a civil engineer, so I lived most of my life in Venezuela, and then I went to the States, and then I finally came back to Italy, which is my hometown, my home country and my hometown, and we started developing things for companies that comes from the real world, from the real practice of management, leadership, etc.
Okay, so because you have such a lot of experience in this area, we can talk about then versus now.
Then
In HR, of course.
once upon a time. My presentation today, it begins like a story, which is once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was in companies a nice environment where everybody knew where to answer questions, and everybody pretty much knew who would answer to those questions. So it was kind of defined situation in organization. So if I was the civil engineer and I had a problem, I know exactly where to go to ask the right question to the right people. Then something happened, the internet, and now the pandemic, and now other things.
Lot of changes.
Lots of changes. And what happened into companies, they, not all of them, but many of them, they think that once upon a time is still here, that I can keep doing pretty much the same thing that I've been doing. And that was true until maybe 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. In the last 5, 6 years, and in the last 2 years, change is an understatement. It's not even, you can even call it change. It's another universe.
It's true.
It's another universe. It's totally different. It's not even change.
It's a challenge.
Sometimes it is a big challenge. So we can divide from then we were in charge and we knew where to go. Now, many of us, we don't feel in charge anymore because there is this mental time travel, which is our brain. That's what I do,
yes.
Basically. Okay. So
yes.
Our brain is very scared of not understanding what's going to happen in the future.
Yes, that is another question, because in the new era, 2022, neuroscience, it's a major function on HR activity.
Absolutely. From my point of view, and of course, this is what we teach, neuroscience is kind of 60% of everything that you need to know in management, in parenting, and in working with teams in sports. Because when you know more or less what's going on the brain of your people, then you have a base on starting to change something inside the brain that eventually will change a behavior.
Okay.
So this is not about very difficult things. No, it's kind of a simple stuff that you have to know about brain and change. You have to understand, Alexandra, that our brain do not like change. It does not. So that's the main question. So we have to understand that we don't like change. And when change is so extreme, then the reaction of our brain sometimes is extreme too. So we start from the knowledge. Let's talk about the brain a little bit and the knowledge, and that's what we do with our customers. And they fall in love with this neuroscience.
Okay, it's very difficult to get up from this comfort stability.
It is. Well, for a very complicated explanation, to make it very simple, is because our brain needs some energy, and for hundreds of thousands of years, maybe 200,000 years, we have been built in our brain to save energy. So our brain doesn't really want to waste energy from that point of view. So change is for some brains is seen like a wasting of energy, and we don't like it. Actually, we produce some hormones that we don't like it. So this is what we have to know. That's the base.
Yes, but they are the people. Are they prepared for the new technology?
Honest answer,
Please.
most of the people, they're not, for two reasons. Technology is speeding up at a speed that we can't cope with. Most of us can't cope with. I mean, once I learn how to use the technology, another technology comes in.
Yes.
We learn how to be very good in our companies a couple of years ago. Then the pandemic started, and then we had to go on video conferences, and the technology was not there. And now the technology is there, but people is still there because it's everything, Alexandra, is out of our comfort zone. And again, neuroscience tells us that our brain does not like to be out of the comfort zone, so we have a little bit of a fight in self.
Yes, indeed we have. So,
Yes.
Enrico, another question is, what is human resources today? After that we know, and after all that we discovered.
Yes, human resource should be.
It's better.
Yes, should be, but sometimes it is. Okay, so I'm not that pessimistic. I mean, I go around the world looking at companies, looking at HR, and some are there. They have to be part of the next generation continuous learning environment in their company. That's what I have to do mostly. They have to set up an environment inside their own company that foster continuous learning. And continuous learning is not only training, is not only assessing. It's not only assessing, it's not only training, it's much more than that. And human resources now they have that challenge to install in their company the mentality, the attitude, the mental mindset
exactly,
to a continuous training. That's what I do. I actually what I do
around the world actually.
But I train myself. I read a lot. I take classes from my son and my daughter because they are multi-generation, diversity, inclusion. So you have to keep learning from everywhere.
And to get this capacity to flexibility, adaptability.
Yes, and we were talking before the interview, it's more than flexibility. Flexibility is a nice word, but it gets short on this. It's to be flexible, and when you finish to be flexible, you have to be more flexible again. You have to start again. It's kind of a mixture between flexibility, resilience, resistance,
Yes.
stress management. There is a lot of things that are there that you have to combine to get ready for what's coming.
Yes, but it is a very big need to have a good strategy in this management of human resources.
Yes, as long as you are willing to change the strategy if the market so demands. So this is one of the conundrum. This is one of the difficult things.
We don't have predictability.
You have to be black and white,
White.
at the
Yes.
same time.
Because it's not a kind of predictability in this area.
So you have to be stable, but at the same time, you have to love unpredictability.
You could be sustainability, but you don't have stability.
Yes, so that's that's a perfect example. You need to be sustainable in the future,
Yes.
but you know there is no predictability in that sustainability. So that's the main challenge for human resources, because we think at Palo Alto that human resources are much more than managing people right now. It's managing, it's developing, it's training, it's continuous training, and when all that it's done, they have to start again.
So yes, indeed. When I have another question for you. So when we talk about human resource management, there are several elements considered cornerstones for effective policies. Can we talk about these cornerstones in human resources?
Okay. One is one of the cornerstone that has been around for a long time but has changed meaning is what I would call effective leadership. So one of the things and it's mixed with another cornerstone, which is teamwork.
Teamwork.
Now there is a problem. Teamwork is only possible if there is trust. Trust is only possible if there is the right environment. The right environment is only possible if human resources make the environment possible to have trust and finally to have teamwork and finally to be able to. So it's all a chain of events.
Okay.
That is destroying the silos departmentation of companies.
So we can talk about a great equation for functionality of human resources management.
Yes, it's challenging. Let me tell you, it's extremely challenging. But on the other side, when it works, it gives you an adrenaline rush. It gives you a serotonin rush. It gives you so much
exciting.
Yes, it is exciting because it actually works. So, and then it gets into a positive loop.
Okay.
Is it possible? Yes, it is. It takes time, but it's possible.
Yes, it takes time because all the things that we make, they need the time. A lot of time. Sorry.
Yes, and in companies right now, and we are working with the biggest company around the world right now. In companies, they have to fight a dilemma within objective-oriented company and people development company. So they have to do both at the same time.
Mhm.
So one of the things I'm going to talk is about transforming at the same time that you are still performing. So it's not easy, but it's possible.
Yes, and we don't forget the stability and emotional equilibrium.
Yes, but the emotional balance comes from the little knowledge that we want you to have about your brain.
So we need to have a special mindset.
Yes, absolutely. And that part of you are right. Actually, that part of the human resources objective is to try to understand what's the mindset and to see if we can adjust the mindset and be as flexible as the market is demanding and the situation is demanding. But the real problem is that when you are ready to have the right mindset, you're not sure if that mindset is going to be good for tomorrow.
Yes.
So this is the right mindset for today. Tomorrow, I'm not very sure, but this is it. So you have to work today.
Capacity of present.
Yes, you have to develop the capacity of understanding the present and not be fear of the future.
So, okay. Meanwhile, we are contemporary with digital development.
Yes.
How influence that factor our activity in human resources?
Well, the first things you need to do is that everybody must become what is in English is called tech savvy. What is tech savvy? Tech savvy is somebody that stops telling people that they don't like technology because I'm not a technological guy or woman.
Mhm.
No. I mean, technology is there to stay. So everybody in the company has to love it. I'm so sorry. I know that people says, "Oh my God, I'm not so much into the video technology." Well, I have a new for you. I'm so
They
sorry.
feel uncomfortable with that.
They're uncomfortable.
Yes.
Well, change the mindset. So because
This is the future.
it's the future and it's here to stay and evolve. It's not here to go back. So you better do it now. So digitalization is coming, more or less faster and slower depending on the country, but it's coming. So everybody in the company, and I mean when I tell everybody, I mean everybody in the
Everybody.
country should be technological savvy.
So we have a special moment for you. We know that you are in Brașov and not for the first time, and you have special emotions when we talk about Brașov.
Yes,
Which is
because
the reason is
the reason is that I have a very good friend here. I have a brother. I mean, Daru Dima of Dima Consulting is. We've been knowing each other for the last, I don't know, I lost count. You done 15, 16, 17 years. So we had a lot of memories. I remember this conference when it started. I was part of it, and any. To be honest, there is a lot going on in Brașov right now.
okay.
Okay, so I saw more shopping centers. I saw another part of the city, beautiful, as somebody taught me, probably one of the best city in the world, right? Probably. That's
So
what
you can say Iubim Brașovul.
I have been in Brașov for a long time. Yes, absolutely. So probably one of the best city, and I can confirm, and I can tell everybody, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna be in Brașov, and I'm teaching around the world what Brașov is. Okay, because everybody says you're going to Romania, oh, you're going to Bucharest. No, I'm not going to Bucharest. I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
Brașov.
Brașov.
Yes, so it's very nice. It's a very nice. People are amazing. I always an amazing time with my friend, and very happy to be here.
Enrico, thank you for your time.
Thank you,
It
Alexandra.
was a pleasure. So join us for the most impactful HR conference, Great People Inside, 25-26 May, Brașov. I'm Alexandra Grancea, so thank you for watching us on Iubim Brașovul Channel TV. Mulțumim, zi bună tuturor!
Thank you.